you on a cloud. Honey, if you want my love, come and get it right now. I'm not gonna wait forever. You ought to get what's good for you. I'm not gonna wait forever. You ought to get what's good for you. Knock, knock, knocking on your door. Baby, come out and play. I won't be standing on your front porch forever and a day. Knock, knock, knocking on your door. Baby, come out and play. I won't be standing on your front porch forever and a day. I only wanna taste your lips and float you on a cloud. Honey, if you want my love, come and get it right now.
Think what you want about me, about me. Tell me something I don't know. Tell me something that is real. 'Cause I'm tired of hearing all your endless tales. Something's changed, I don't know why. Was it me or was it you? So you're drawing me right in, and I have no choice. You tell me come along, next thing I know something's wrong. You tell me come along, but now
Welcome to the Tilton Talk Show, sponsored by Image Cleaning. Well, just 7 days ago we were saying that anything less than 4 points from the 2 available games before the next show simply wouldn't be good enough. No points, 7 goals conceded and not 1 scored. Fans throwing their season ticket at the manager, a police escort out of the ground after the game, rings of "We Want Cocktail Out" resounding around the ground, and a faceless board who still haven't uttered a word. All that in a week where we had it in our grasp to start clawing our way out of trouble. Can anyone see a way out of this, or are we doomed and going to be the laughingstock of football? We are now in the bottom 3 with both Barnsley and Hull having the comfort of a game in hand each. We've gone from the dizzy heights of winning the Carling Cup 7 years ago tomorrow, and the dizzy height of 9th in the Premier League at one stage, to hanging on to a championship place. You have to say the situation looks completely and utterly grim. The players and staff are devoid of confidence. There is no heart, no desire, no passion and no pride left in the club. But after a conversation with my son at dinner time, should we as supporters be acting like we did Saturday? Should we abuse the manager? Should the atmosphere be completely toxic? And what part can we play in preventing what will become a complete and utter disaster for Birmingham City Football Club? Should we be like them across the street? Or should we be the Blues family that we are so well renowned for sticking together no matter what and backing our team to the bitter end? Some of us have had the misfortune of being here before. It's not pretty, it's not nice, but let me tell you, last time it happened, we stuck together like laminated pieces of wood on a table. The long, long road is far from having reached its end, and we're in more of a scrap. But we are Birmingham City, its proud and long-suffering supporters, and we must give every ounce of our effort, no matter who the manager, no matter who the players, and no matter who the owners are. We must never, ever give up. It's all we have left, and we must have that spirit of togetherness. Keep right on to the end of the road.
My thoughts?
Yeah.
Has he gone yet?
What?
Has he gone yet?
No, he's not gone yet.
Oh, okay. That is all I have.
Okay.
All I have left. You know, it sounds bad. It was a quite impassioned speech from you at the start there.
Meant every word.
I come out of Saturday,
but I did have a different attitude until my son spoke to me, and he was on about supporters. You know, why should we be like them across the road? You know, we're not them across the road, are we? We don't act like that. We don't act like the people that some people were acting on Saturday.
I can't blame. I can't blame. Listen. You're not allowed to go on the pitch. So
of course not.
You're not allowed to go on the pitch. That's. I'm not saying you're entitled to go on the pitch, but you're entitled to show your frustration. This has been coming for
his frustration throwing
18 months now, or whatever it was, since the day Rowett was sacked. This has been coming.
His frustration throwing a bottle at a member of staff? No, it isn't.
No, it's not.
No, it's unacceptable.
No, it's not. But you the abuse he got coming down the touchline, he has brought that on himself. I'm sorry, but he has. Has
he, or has it been our faceless owners that have brought it on as well?
No, he has.
Not supporting him. He's bought not one player of his own, not one single piece of investment.
He would have known that. I'm sorry, he would have known that the day he
just
come
putting
in.
a contra argument together.
It sort of feels like
I knew this was going to get heated tonight.
Listen. There's not one. There is not one iota. There's not one iota of shred of decency about Steve Cottrell left. Not one thing I can say. You know what? Fair enough. He's had this. He's had that. Whatever he has had, you know, however bad he thinks he's got it, his attitude over the last few weeks, I have nothing left.
Jimmy Morgan, you can't back a team who show no fight or passion. In the past, when we have been in this situation because of the lack of quality, not a lack of fight and passion.
And that, you know, that's a really good point, because that's what's disappointing me about it. I come out on Saturday. I left that ground. We are so much better on paper. Our players are so much better than Barnsley.
Aren't they just?
And you have nothing coming out of that game. What? I am lost for word. You know.
Well, Mark Hopkins has got some words. I know the team are bad, but I've said this for years. Our fans could be the 12th man, but time and time again we are silent. I've always said it. If our ground was rocking, it would really influence the game.
Two-way street.
Two-way street.
It's a two-way street. You have to have something from the team. You have to have something from the manager. We have had nothing, and as on Saturday, it's our fault. It's our fault now.
Yeah. You see when it comes to
sorry, Brummie Joe.
Yeah.
Hey!
Hello.
Just got used to get away with the beginning.
No, of course. I think with our fans at home, it's
Nice and close, mate.
so yeah. You get a sense that there's frustration definitely at home, and they do they will support them no matter what when it comes to it, I think. And you saw last year when we had Huddersfield at home, the atmosphere was amazing, but you're thinking that just has to come from it has to be right at the end. Right now it's just everyone showing their frustration, but it would help.
Sunderland at home a few weeks ago, we started the game well. Leeds at home a few weeks ago, just after Christmas, we started the game well. The crowd were fantastic in both of those games, and so to start throwing the fans, throwing it back in our faces. How dare he? No, Cottrell, how dare he throw it back in our faces? Who on earth does he think he? Honestly, I am a cynical
How can
person.
a professional football player be afraid to play at St Andrews when they're your own team?
Because it's not. Because they're not. It's like Joe said. He's using excuse after excuse.
He's running out now. He's definitely running out. They're not scared of our fans at all. There's been a lot. There's been a lot more intense atmospheres than that.
Yeah.
Obviously you get the odd occasion when the odd minority will do things such as throw bottles and stuff, which obviously shouldn't be done, but you can express your opinions and stuff. I just don't feel like the players should be worried. Maybe he's scared if he's getting things thrown in, but not the players.
Adrian Howell, ER, top comment so far. Why were we brilliant when the transfer window was open?
But we had something going, didn't we? We had something
Perhaps
going.
Some players who didn't want to. Perhaps some players who didn't really want to move on, who were very comfortable with their lot and what they get in life.
So what? So why would they? So I don't get what. Are they playing for a move away? Is that what you're saying? Are they after a move out of Blues? So they
either that or to keep the jobs. I don't know.
Well, they weren't going to get sacked, were they?
Well, no, you can't get sacked in football, which is more the shame, isn't it? Because contracts don't allow you to. It's not like the normal working man, is it? It's not like you turn up for work, you don't do your job right, you ain't got a job tomorrow. I have a real sympathy for the players. I honestly do, because how anybody could work under that man is beyond me. I honestly can't. I'm a Blues fan all my life, and I would give anything. All of us would give anything to play for Blues. I look at that man in charge, and I think I don't know how I'd get myself up playing for him. Even for Blues, I look at him on the touchline, and I think, do you know what? We are a void of a football team. So you're saying he's got to go?
He should have. Well, he should go back to
yes or no.
Yes, 100%.
Chris, has he got to go?
Go now.
Go now.
Go now.
He has to.
Let's have a quick poll. 2 minutes. Has he got to go? Yes
There
or
won't
no?
be.
There
won't be one person who says in.
Why shouldn't we ask the question?
There will be one person.
There won't.
There will
There will. There will. Yeah. Yeah, I know who
And
it'll
he's on
be.
as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, I know exactly who it'll
Luke
be.
Griffiths, Cottrell has to go. He might be a great coach, who knows, but he ain't a manager from Ray. He's arrogant and should have been sacked. No, from David Osborne.
It's that.
Yep, that
Do you know
was
what?
too long, Pete Taylor, but I was all for giving Cottrell a chance, blah, blah, blah. I think he's saying that he's got to go. Sympathy for the players, no, what a load of rubbish. Don't, no bad language, please. Aaron, I'll tell you what, Nick, I had the same thought. And does something not smell right? Is there any reason for our directors going too fast for me? Directors would want us to go down and reset. Of course there isn't. Nobody wants relegation,
Who
do
wants?
they?
How does going down benefit anybody?
100% has to go. Yes, right this second. Yes, should have gone. Disgraceful from the manager. Go back to Sky Sports. Get lost. Gotta go. Stephen Cale. Cottrell out. Simple as that. Yes, he should never been here in the first place. Was he out of his depth?
Yeah. We weren't
So I'll go
fighting
back
people.
to-
We weren't beating people off through the stick to get him, were
I'll go
we?
back to it being a board decision. A
Yeah.
faceless board who we don't know.
Yeah.
People who own our football club, who we have given our lives for,
But-
and
We've
our
got no
livelihoods for.
They
and
have
do
no
not
idea about
care.
football. No, I disagree.
Well,
Right, they care because they've got their money invested in it. So they care because whether they care about Blues or not is a different matter. They've got their money invested in it, so they care.
So they care about money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, not the football
Yeah,
club.
but
not you. Not like he
Man
cares,
City.
Not like you care for
Man
football.
City's
I think
owner.
we'd be sitting here over a table shouting at each other.
Does Man City's owner care about Man City?
Probably
Was he
no,
a
he's
Man
earned a
City
lot of money
fan
out
from
of it,
birth? No, he wasn't. He cares about his money, and he's grown to care about the club. So many clubs have owners that don't care about the club.
Steve Rice, the board, are also accountable. Of course they are. And Doy, caretaker manager until the end of the season. I
had
knew
it.
somebody had
I've had
to
it.
what he
Off the
wanted.
pitch, that's what
Do you
it
know
is.
what?
Sorry, Joe, you've
Oh,
probably
dear.
picked the most busiest show we're ever going to have.
No,
to
it's
appear
fine.
tonight.
I'm enjoying this.
We will get to you, don't
Go,
worry. We will get to
tractor
you.
now. Cottrell, too arrogant. Walk. Good evening, chaps. Good evening, Kevin.
Have you ever known
We're not in the
a
best of
more
moods at the right
arrogant
time.
person
No.
than Steve Cottrell?
No.
And
It
the
refuses to say
nerve he has to come out in every post-match interview and say what he does.
Yeah.
It is
Ian Lomas said, good call.
astonishing.
People still tweeting Zandong Ren, and he's not been on Twitter for months and months and months. Don't bother. Don't bother. You're wasting your time.
You are wasting
You're
your
wasting
time.
your time. Speak up, Joe. Can't hear you. There you go. Well, that's closer to you, mate. Come on.
I'll
let's get
squeeze
in
it.
here.
I'll squeeze it in.
No idea
Hello.
about a beloved game. No control over our club from Mark Hopkins. My dog could do a better job than Cottrell from Will Cadd. God blimey.
Chris,
No
you're like-
decent
you're-
manager will work for these clowns. Sullivan and Gold are
Rubbish. That's
go.
rubbish.
Ooh, that's, yeah.
Cottrell goes
Money
tomorrow. We
talks.
get 50. We get
Money
50
talks.
CVs in by the end of the day.
Yeah.
Chris, you'll like this one.
Yeah.
20,000 at home, sells out every away game, and then slags off the fans to go.
Yeah.
How dare he? How dare he accuse the fans as being one of the reasons why we lose at home? You know, and it's this whole we can't play at home. We've had 4 games. Our last 4 games, 2 have been at home and 2 have been away. We lost 5-0 at Brentford. It weren't the fans then,
Peter
was
Wareham.
it?
Do you know what? This guy's just summed it up. The club has lost its soul. Sorry, Jeff Williams, that one. Jeff Williams. The club has lost its soul. My goodness. Get Paul Cook in. I don't know who to get in, to be perfectly honest.
Talk about being scared to play at home. Obviously, it's never been like that. There was so much optimism, and
Yeah.
it wasn't bad even when Redknapp left and Cottrell came in. A lot of people were giving him a chance.
Yeah.
So this has come from somewhere, hasn't it? It's come from us playing rubbish, and he can now start blaming it on the atmosphere is not very good now. Well, it's not very good because we're not playing good
Yeah,
football, and
100%.
people are frustrated.
But like
it's not
you
been
said,
like that the whole time.
he is running out of excuses because he's using them all. Whether it's I walked into this mess. Well, don't walk into it then. Don't walk into a job that you were so proud of taking, and then 3 months later say it's a tarnished job or
Question here
whatever.
from Steve Talbot. Do you think the players want rid of Cottrell?
I would, and it wouldn't, and it's not an excuse. You can't, I'm not saying it's the right thing to do from the player's perspective, but listen, I think they did it with Zola last season. Morrison was injured for how long last season, and then suddenly came back when Redknapp was in charge. I don't think he doesn't inspire an iota in any of those players. The players can't trust him. There's no way the players trust him.
Paul Sargent, I've spoken to Forest and Bristol fans. They said get rid of Cottrell before it's too late. He is arrogant, stubborn, and got no management skills whatsoever.
It's so clear to see as well. You can't even cover it up in anything. It's so clear, and it runs through him so much that it comes out in every single interview, every press conference. You can tell and that'll be in the dressing room as well. Probably
Yeah.
even worse in the dressing room.
Of course it
and like
is.
you trying to play for
that
that.
festers onto the training ground, and everything they do. They lost 5-0 away at Brentford on Tuesday, so they're coming into Saturday's game against Barnsley, who have won once since they beat us back in November. So however low he thinks our confidence is, their confidence is 20 times worse. And he talks about, what did he say about youth players? About our young players are fragile and their confidence is shot. Well, Barnsley's confidence would have been 10 times worse than our players, and we had 3 players under the age of 25 on Saturday, and Barnsley had 10. So where he's just he's not even. There's no fundamental logic behind what he's saying. He's just saying excuses after excuse.
It's unfair.
Kev Kelly, Steve Cottrell's arrogance to the point of insanity, and it's everyone else's fault but his own.
Agreed.
Day one, he laid the foundation saying the club was toxic and won't be an easy fix. Dean Sutherland, Cottrell has caused trouble wherever he's gone, allegedly. Nick Rawson, he's lost the players. Nick Rawson, he needs... they're just going too fast.
He's lost everybody, that's the
Going
thing.
too fast,
He's
this.
lost the players and he's lost the fans. And when you lose the fans, your job is to try and get them back. not blame them for a defeat.
The only thing supporting him now is his salary, and that's why he's sticking around.
That's the only... And do you know what? I was going to mention this earlier. I'm quite cynical when it comes to football, right? He's not going to walk away from his contract.
Right.
Nah.
If he wants out, if he's that desperate to want out, why wouldn't he? He'll come across Mardy and moody in his interview and really arrogant, and he'll throw all of his young players under the bus, the same players that are getting battered week in, week out by the fans, and it's his job to get them up, and he's throwing them under the bus as well. Honestly, it's like he wants to be sacked.
He won't get
He's
another
begging.
contract.
He's not exactly. He's not going to get another job now. So he might as well take the money from his contract. And it's almost as if he wants to be sacked. He's saying to the board, "Go on, sack me. Go on. We've lost again, and I'll come out and blame the fans, and I'll throw all my players under the bus. Go on, sack me, I dare you."
Lots of people saying Gary Monk. I've seen Gary
Anybody,
Monk.
but this is the
You
whole
can't
point.
just have anybody.
No, you can.
We've had
You can.
anybody's in the past, and it's not worked.
No, honestly, you can have anybody,
Joe,
because there's no point in keeping
your
him.
opinion. Anybody?
No, well, as you say, we've been here in the past, and when Redknapp left, a lot of people didn't want Redknapp to go, and we brought anybody in, and even if this happens again and we bring someone else in, we'll be in the same situation at the end of the season. We might not stay up as well. So thought needs to be gone into who replaces him, because we have got a massive task now in staying up. We've got 12 games left. We've got to play teams around us, which we are just terrible against usually. We need someone to pick the fans up, and this decision could have a massive impact on Birmingham City Football Club.
Certainly a very big call here from Ray Hobro, just saying that, you know what, he's going so fast, I'm losing this, everyone. If season tickets were bought on the back of Harry, then they won't be renewed if Steve Cottrell is in charge next season.
Well, if Steve Cottrell's in charge next season, we're in League One. I will make that guarantee to you now.
Right.
So the season tickets will half, if not more.
Not that this really matters. Who's the worst manager, Cottrell or Zola?
Cottrell. By a country mile, because Zola was so tactically inept it was untrue, but there was there was a likability about him, and you could see that he was struggling, and he had a way of wanting to play, and it just was never going to work. So it was just the wrong fit at the wrong time. This man is so unbelievably arrogant. He has no plan to play football. His decision making is horrendous. Every substitution is horrendous.
This is, of course, the No Holds Barred Tilton Talk Show, where your views and your thoughts and comments will be aired. As long as they are.
I apologise to anybody who thinks I'm just ranting away.
No,
but this is my club. This is our football club.
Lee Griffith says, "Can you tell Mr. Fun to stop sitting on the fence?"
To be fair, that's the one thing I don't like doing, so I'm not going to do that.
Great to see Gaz Hudson joining in with us. I know he's a Stoke fan, but you're very, very welcome on the Tilton Talk Show. And of course, you guys are going through pretty much the same as what we are at the minute. West Brom look almost as though they've gone.
They're gone. I can't believe they lost to Huddersfield on Saturday.
I don't think it's worth us even talking about the bottom of the Premier League next year, because I don't think we'll be playing any of them that come down anyway, to be perfectly frank with you. So there you go. Wow. What a combo. TTA and Cottrell, both incompetent from Kieran.
But it's the advisors. It's the advisors to TTA. TTA have put money into us. They put a lot of money into us this summer. It is the advisors. It is Jeff Viteri. It is Darren Dean. It is whoever's telling TTA to sack Rowett, whoever's telling them to appoint Zola, whoever told them to appoint Cottrell, whoever is telling TTA to make these decisions. And these are the people, like you said, the faceless people. These are the people we don't know who they are, and these are the people you need to start throwing your anger at.
Robert Doyle, can we talk about Check and Doy to calm Mr. Fun down? No, not tonight. I don't think it's
amazing how we've got to 2018 and we've got such technological advances, and we're living in a world where things are so much better. than they used to be, and we have got the worst manager and worst player I have ever known at this football club at the same time.
Oh dear me.
You're not happy, are you?
Not particularly.
Oh dear me, dear me, dear me, dear me, dear me.
Most importantly, KFC have got the chicken back. Yes.
Wow, what a relief.
Well, there's a very stark,
What a relief.
There's a stark lack of pigeons around your dogs tonight. Let me tell you so. Paul Gill, we insist on long ball that most threatening we looked with a 10-minute spell when we actually played football instead of hoofball. Check and Doy in his Blues carrier bag. LOL from Lucky. Graham Potter. Okay, so I thought it's another up-and-coming young guy, ex-Blues.
Would he leave?
No.
Would he leave
Would
what
you?
he's getting
Would you?
at the moment? European
Would you?
football? I wouldn't.
I don't think.
I wouldn't. No. But that's because he's got European football. But if you were, the thing is, they've made signals of intent. Going and getting Redknapp was a signal of intent. Nobody thought Redknapp had come. If they were actually that desperate to save our season, and said, right, we will sack him. We don't care. Don't care how much it costs. We don't care. We'll sort FFP out. Another time we'll sell the naming rights to St Andrews and call it the KFC Stadium or whatever you want to call it. Right? We'll work our way around FFP. Get rid of him and go and if you were that interested in saving our season, go and offer Graham Potter whatever he wants. Say what would it take for you to come to Blues?
Ray Hobro. KFC got chicken, we got Check and Doy.
Oh my god.
Anyway, Brummie Joe, what do you do for a life outside of having to come to the Tilton Talk Show on one of the most desperate Mondays in the whole wide world?
Oh, what? As in my day job? Or
You came into a lively one tonight, didn't you, bud?
Oh, no, it's great. I love it.
What about YouTubing?
Yeah. So I chose a good season to start, but
Yeah.
basically I did one or two a few years ago, and I started kicking it off now. I've done YouTube for probably over a decade on and off, and then I just thought I'll just do a few Blues videos, and then they started to pick up, and I was enjoying doing them, and I've done every game this season, just vlogging them, and other than that I play a few games as well. I play a few games, but yeah, I like to have a moan about the Blues, but as I say, I picked a good season to start.
Plenty to talk about.
Every away game vlogging them, I'm like, where's the
I bet you've not
win
heard a
coming
moan like
from?
you've heard one in the last 25 minutes, have you?
No.
Oh, dear. Okay, so where do we find you on the blog world then?
YouTube.com/Brummie Joe.
So, Brummie Joe,
yeah.
look out for it.
Yeah.
There
Oh,
go.
thank you.
So
Yeah,
you started
look
it
out for
at the start of this season, was it? That was the
I
first-
changed the name to Brummie Joe, like sort of rebranded it to make it, because I knew it was going to be more Birmingham focused, just because that's what I like, mate. It's about what you like making content about.
Yeah.
With YouTube, done it for so long, and then it's finally stuck now, just because I love talking about them, love making videos on them, all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Some good videos. I watched a
Matthew
couple,
Goff
yeah.
wants to know how you
Well
can
worth-
enjoy
well
a
worth
Birmingham
it.
video this season. And Steve Smith says, haven't you already had him on? No, this is your first time on the Tilton Talk.
Yeah.
Right? First time.
Yeah, first time.
on the
Thank you
Tilton
for having
Talk
me
Show.
on.
That's all right. It's all
Pleasure.
right. It's just a pity we're not top of the league and, be able to talk about nice things and,
One day.
Balti pies and like. I'm not even going to go there today. Keep up the good work, mate. The videos are quality from Paul Hipkiss. Mr. Fun's point on Cottrell moving Colin to the left back and creating a problem while there wasn't one tells you all you need to know about our manager.
Yeah.
And I'm not coming across as some oracle. I'm just a football fan who watches us every week. I've seen Colin at left back and I've seen Colin at right back. He's not comfortable at left back. So why would you do it? By all accounts, I didn't go on Tuesday night at Brentford, but by all accounts, he was the one shining light back at right back. Okay, Bramwell got terrorised a little bit at left back, but Colin was at right back and he was comfortable. Why don't you put Jenkinson left back? Keep three of your back four as positions they know. Why would you mix it up? And this is again the point people make about his stubbornness and his arrogance. We've heard it from fans of Forest and Bristol City, and and the Sunderland fan who came on. Is it Graham who came from the Roker Report?
Yeah.
He was their assistant manager as well, and he said about it as well. He said he's got an arrogant streak to him, and he is showing it every time. He is an understatement, but he's showing it week in, week out, and it's these decisions that are
Steve Smith asked about what about getting some old players on. Well, we've had many old players on, Steve, and to be quite truthful, what we would like is the opportunity for Birmingham City's football manager to be sat in the chair opposite me,
Well,
or one of the
fat
current
chance
players.
of that.
But
Won't be quite
unfortunately,
I know, yeah.
unfortunately, we just don't get the opportunity to do that. So what we have to do is bring what we can as fans to you, and you obviously bring back what you as fans can to us, and that's how we do it. Rants. We've had plenty of rants today. Chris, how can people make a rant?
A couple of ways. You can send an MP3 to Tilton Talk at sports-radio.co.uk.
No bad language on them whatsoever.
Right, you can do it that way. Or, easier, go on to Messenger, your Facebook Messenger, and just record a 1 minute, 2 minute rant on that.
So we're looking for a rant of the week,
I've
and
got
this
one
can
ready,
be.
actually.
We've got one for today. We'll do it
Yeah,
about 8:15, if that's all right.
Okay,
With you.
yeah, fair
We've got a rant for today, so you'll be able to listen to that one. But what we're going to do is encourage more people to write in with a rant, or write in with some positives if there are any ever. Yeah, I've seen this so many times. Get rid of Cottrell, get Monk, Peter Harris, Mr. Fun cares, and I appreciate that from David Osborne. Yeah, I know you care. I know you do. I wouldn't say that you wouldn't. God no, right. 3 strikes, 1 sacking route was a terrible decision. 2, bringing Zola in, we never have the team to play Zola style of football, which we all agreed about. The board should have done some research and should have seen this. 3, keeping Redknapp this summer wasted £16 million. Andy Montero.
If you look at that side that started against Barnsley,
Yeah.
would you say we've wasted that money?
Yeah.
Not. You know, Roberts has had a howler the last couple of weeks. Stockdale is a championship level keeper. Harley Dean is a championship level centre half.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they've wasted money on Ndoye, but the Gallagher's wages. Gallagher has been, I think, the shining light of since the turn of Christmas. To be fair, I think there is the potential of a really good striker in Gallagher, and if you actually have people around him who could
Supply.
who could give him what he needs, then I think there's a very good striker there. So the wasted money thing, I think if you've got the right man in charge, I think you see a completely different team. I really, really do. Now the players, and this is what I say about I sympathise sometimes a little bit with the players. They've not been good enough. They have not been good enough, and you don't lose 5-0 at Brentford unless you've thrown the towel in a little bit, and so that's unacceptable. And it has to come from the manager. Those players. There's no way those players. Harley Dean's come out in the press before and been quite vocal and been bold. Gardner's a Blues fan. How did you come out against
Stockdale on Twitter the other day?
Millwall a couple of weeks ago when we lost against Millwall, and especially on Saturday after a 5-0 battering? How did you come out so slowly? With such little intensity? That has to come from the manager. That has to be the manager saying, Don't go 1-0 down early on. Don't go 1-0 down early on. That's why they're so scared, because they know what's going to happen. If he says just go out and express yourself, I think you see a completely different team.
Aaron Gallus has asked, are we allowed to swear? Absolutely not, Aaron, and if you do, then they'll get filtered by Chris and bounced out. That's that. We do have an internal code of conduct which we have to kind of comply by, so that's the only thing that we do ask, is that people don't either swear or incriminate themselves to make themselves open to any kind of action from the club or anything like that. So agreeing with everything Mr. Fun is saying. Hotter hasn't been playing in the right position.
Must be something seriously wrong if that's happening.
Well, come on. Big viewing figures tonight, Mrs. Brown. Yes, there is. And all you've got to do, guys, to win a prize next week is share this on your personal Facebook page. It's very simple. Just press the share button and it does it for you. And it's as easy as that. So there you go. Right, okay, we've got a little bit of an appeal now.
We've got a couple.
I've got a couple, but there's one massive one coming up.
Massive.
And we all know just exactly how cold it is outside. And we all know that just a few weeks ago we had some wonderful people in here talking about the homeless people in Birmingham and how people could help them. There is a massive ask for blankets this coming few days, it's going to be very, 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 very cold out there. Chris, could you tell our lovely people how they could get in touch with who, so that we could see if we can get something moving?
Well, I do believe they've set up a PayPal account as well now, so which will help. But if you look towards the bottom of the screen, there's an address there. If you can copy that somehow, or just message me and I'll send it to you properly. But there's a PayPal on there. But I know they are absolutely desperate for blankets, as in they need them now.
Okay, it is going to be a very, very, very vicious few days. So please do everything you can to get some blankets out to those poor people who haven't even got a home, let alone anything else. Go and get Mark Hughes, no thanks.
How can you say no thanks to Mark Hughes when you've got this idiot in charge? How could you possibly turn anybody down? Especially with someone with Premier League experience. I was actually thinking earlier, Mark Hughes would probably be in my top 3 of people. Whether he'd make that step down, I don't know. But I think,
James
compared
Brown,
to what we've got.
James Brown has suggested Danny Cowley, Lincoln City.
that's a
Arnold,
good
Gary
team there,
Megson.
yeah.
Gary Megson.
No.
I'd prefer. I mean, I know. While we're in this situation, it'd be good to have someone that is more likely to have an instant impact.
Yeah.
But on the thinking long term, which I'd prefer to have someone up and coming, someone similar to when we got Rowett.
Yeah.
It's just someone up and coming. That's. I prefer that over these old Premier League ones that are bouncing around clubs.
The Pardews, yeah. Gareth Ainsworth at Wickham was
Andrew
doing a
Benham
good job.
suggested Martin O'Neill. I can't see that happening, could you?
No, I don't think that would happen. But if you don't want to raid someone, there are people out of work. Mark Hughes is out of work. Gary Monk is out of work, and I think they come in and make a difference.
Michael Quinlan, what about Michael Appleton?
I think is he still at Leicester?
Yeah,
is
I
in
think
their
so.
part of their coaching team. He did an okay job at Oxford when he was there, but I think he's happy. He's relatively happy at Leicester. But
Russell Smith Clough with a question mark. Pete Taylor, Gary Neville. Would you take a Gary Neville?
no.
No.
How can you say that about
I
Gary
think-
Neville? When we got the clown, we got in charge now.
I think
Would
he
have
said.
Nah.
What? Do you know what? Whoever you mention is going to be
Brilliant.
But honestly, I cannot see how we get out of it if he stays. So I really can't.
He has to go soon rather than later because these games are going to run out, and we've got teams around us, with games in hand.
Dave Sort says Mark Hughes the question mark. I'd have Yossi Hughes over Godfrey. Boys from the black stuff, good stuff, mate. Nice one. Bring back Barry Fry. I don't think that's ever going to happen, even though we had some very fun times with Barry.
No. But Joe's made a good point there. I was looking at the fixtures earlier. We got Forest away on Saturday.
Yeah,
Saturday, is it?
Big game, that.
That's a big game. And then we got Middlesbrough at home and Cardiff away. Now both of those are chasing
to the top.
playoffs and automatic promotion. I can't see us getting anything out the next 3 games.
Watch us.
Now, do you know what? Yeah, well, it probably would be just like us, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I can't see it. Now, at that point, we need somebody else in charge by the 17th of March, because then we have Hull at home, Ipswich at home, Bolton away, and Burton at home. I think those are our next 4 fixtures. That is our season.
They're going to be intense.
That is make or break of our season. That is. You need 10 points from 12 games there.
And of course Fulham at home the last game, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but I think there's a couple more.
There's a couple
after
more in
that,
between
but
that, yeah.
those 4 games after the next 3 that we've got, that's our season there.
Anthony Lloyd suggested Mark Skinner. How would you feel about
I'd absolutely love that.
that? Yeah.
I'll put it on Twitter. That I'd have him in a heartbeat.
Does the geezer on the left like the Ndoye song? Don't know quite what that one means. Who's on
The
the left?
geezer on the left is going to be me.
Oh, that's you.
So
isn't it? Yeah.
unless it's him absolutely tearing into him, then I won't like it.
Yeah, I know the Celine Dion one, but that's about it.
I've seen a few calls for Craig Shakespeare. What would you say about that? I think that would be a good call.
It's better
But having
than
said
what
that,
we
I'll
have.
tell you what.
It's better than what we
What we have ain't going to go away. So,
But
I
will
can't
it?
see it going away. I can't see it going away. You know.
He needs to get sacked first.
Well, they're sleepwalking into League One then.
Then
If they can't are that intent on keeping him, and are that blind to what's happening, then they are throwing their money away. All that money that they've invested, they're throwing it away.
Benji Smith says, ask Mr. Fun if he'd take Mark Sampson.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, he's got obviously a hell of a lot of baggage, but it's better than Cottrell.
Is that all we're aiming for? Like, is it just this season? Is it just someone better than Cottrell?
I think you have to only look short term because, like, unless you go someone young like Danny Cowley or Gareth Ainsworth or a young up and coming manager who, even if we did drop into League One, you could see them starting again and not being affected by it. But there's no point in bringing Gary Monk in and us going down. Like Sunderland have got Coleman in. If they go down, he's not sticking around. So they're back into that same boat again that they were.
Adam Bailey's feeling optimistic. We will surprise everybody and win points in the next few games, and then come them supposed easier games, we'll mess it up, and then it will be the last game of the season. Same old Blues.
That'd be Blues. Yep.
Full out at St.
We've had too
Just
many
not-
last
I'm just
days.
not up for it.
Oh, dear.
We've our luck will run out eventually on the final day. You know what I mean?
But exactly, you can't keep doing it. You can't keep going.
They
to
must have
these
learned their
last
lesson from
games.
Zola as well. They left it with 3 games
Yeah.
to go.
But that's why I thought they'd sacked Redknapp.
Yeah.
Because they were going to make absolutely damn sure that they weren't going down.
They put everything this season on us going up.
Yeah.
They said we're throwing all our money at it. We're going to trust these people that we don't really know. All our money's going into this. We have to go up.
But how
And
can you
Redknapp
trust a manager over, what was it, 6 games, Redknapp? 6 games? How can you...
2
how
games with his full team.
Because somebody has told them that it's the right thing to do. And this is what I say. The owners themselves, TTA themselves, are not to blame. It is whoever... Well, they are because they're listening to the wrong people. But it is the people telling them what to do. So they're making bad decisions. But it's whoever's advising them. Whoever is advising TTA is working for B6, quite clearly.
Pete Taylor's still got his tongue in cheek. I think we've taken our foot off the gas because we're now probably not going to mount the playoffs.
I don't know, mathematically, is it still...
Nice one, Pete. We usually save your humour for about the last half hour or so, but we do need cheering up today because there's not a lot to shout about. Not a lot to shout about at all. A good call from here, Paul Gill. We still don't know why Redknapp was sacked so quickly. And Ray says they're business people. What was Cottrell's remit when he took over? Well, I'd like to know.
Yeah, But I mean, it'd be interesting to if I didn't vomit at the sight of his face anymore, I'd be interested. I'd be interested to go back to see his first interview and see what the narrative was in that first interview.
But of course, if Steve Cottrell's listening, I don't think he meant that like literally.
No, I did. Steve, I did. Get out now.
Don't hold back.
Oh, goodness gracious me. Competition time, mister. Do we get a competition organised for us?
It's been so busy, I'm afraid. We're going to have to do a double
Double up next week. Okay, what we've got to do is
share
share this stream on your page, and then we'll do a double call next week. And unfortunately, you don't get to draw a competition winner. That's awfully sad, Joe. Unless, of course, you want to come back next week and do it.
I would come back
just for
whenever
fun.
you want
Just
me.
put up the link for the homeless as well. Okay.
Yes, so the link for the homeless guys has just gone up. Appeal out for blankets, please, as these guys are absolutely going to freeze over the next few days.
Is that out on Twitter also?
It's all over the place. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Nathan Pritchard says bring Panos back. That was a little bit of an enigma as well as to why he kind of like left. Cause
he sacked Rowett, so don't bring him back. He's the one who started all this.
Oh, right.
I don't care. He is.
Oh yeah, that's the thing is. It's the whole not knowing of a lot of this stuff. What is going on beyond, and a lot of what we know is from whispers and rumours as well. And why don't we get anything concrete? It's all we want is just visibility and transparency, you know.
But that's what you're saying is right, because that's causing division between the fans. So you get half of the people saying, "Well, he went because this, that, and the other," and the other the other half are saying, well, you don't know that. You've just heard that from the Birmingham Mail because they might have an agenda because Panos told them to say it.
Adrian Harris says, God, even you lot can't sort things out. Well, of course we can't. I mean, the mess is bigger
What
than
can
us.
we sort out?
The mess is bigger than
We're
us.
just three idiots ranting.
Speak for yourselves.
We're not going to sort anything out.
And can we have a picture of Steve Cottrell on the background so that somebody can watch Mr. Fun Puke?
Oh dear, no.
Where do we go from here? Seriously, look.
As it stands,
The chances are, Chris, we are not going to get...
Scunthorpe aren't going up, are
We
they?
are not
Scunthorpe,
going to get
Walsall,
rid of Steve Cottrell.
MK Dons, who are coming up. Luton are coming up. Accrington Stanley are in the top two.
Not been there.
Well, you'll be able to go there again next year.
The Tilton Talk Away Day show will be at Accrington Stanley.
Good away game.
I'm already settled for it. Like last year, it
Are
was
you
sort of-
resigned to the fact that we're going to get relegated? Really? We're 1 point off the drop.
You know what? The way it is at the moment, and I'm usually like really overly positive, and I've been grinding down now to where I feel like, you know what, I've sort of accepted it. Last year, it sort of came out of the blue where we were doing great up until December, and then we were like, surely it's not going to happen,
Yeah.
and then it got right to the end.
Yeah.
Now it's been bad all season when we're hoping we can cling on, and I think it's just from the way the whole season's gone, I've been resigned to it now. I think we had that good run, and now we're back to normal, and I'm thinking, I think this is the year, you know. I don't bring it
Leslie
down.
Hinsley says absolute disgust that Cotter is still associated with their club after being dominated by rubbish clubs all season. Utter joke of a club at the minute. Get Mark Hughes in or Gary Monk. No chance though. Tiny agree with you. I kind of agree with you.
Yeah.
I can't see him being sacked. That's it. I can't see TTA or those that are in charge of Birmingham City Football
It
Club.
depends how much. It depends how much they want to secure their investment.
Listen, last time this happened, right? Last time the supporters called for a manager's head at St Andrews, gone.
Who?
Oh, blimey! I'm going back a few.
Oh.
I can't think. It will come to me in a minute, right?
Yeah.
Didn't we do it with Zola for a bit though?
But that was
Didn't we do it with Zola like, for a little bit? We had a.
I think by February we were fed up of Zola, and we were calling for his head, and they left it until 3 games to go in April after that Burton defeat at home.
Yeah.
You leave it this late this time, and we're adrift. We're already down. So it depends how much they want to secure their investment. If they want to still have a chance of selling us as a championship, or God forbid they make a couple of right decisions, a Premier League club, then
A couple of right decisions.
but that's not, you know, that's as ridiculous as it sounds. Look at how quickly things change. Like Wolves last season on the verge of going down. I remember when we beat them at their place last season, and they were worried about going down under Lambert. A couple of right decisions, and they're going to win the league. Reading, a penalty shootout away from Premier League last year in the playoff final. A couple of wrong decisions, and they're down with us this season. And that is how things change so quickly. Momentum changes so quickly.
The thin line of football.
But that's all it is. That's all it takes sometimes. You get the right manager, you get 1 or 2 central midfielders that can pass a ball and keep a ball, and I genuinely don't think we've got the makings of a terrible team in this division. And who knows where it can get us.
Am I resigned to the fact that we are doomed? I don't know. I don't want to think. I don't want to think that way.
It's 12 games left.
12 games left.
It's 12 games left. But
We could end
I
up
will
mid-table.
promise you, if he stays in charge, we will go down.
You know what they're trying to do is they've wasted a lot of money, you know, in sacking and hiring. Now they're waiting for another January moment where just out the blue we just start playing football well again.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to happen because I think we're past that now. But they're thinking, well, maybe we'll leave it one more game, we'll get the win, and then maybe we'll get some momentum and stay up. I don't think it's going to happen this time.
But if they listen to his interviews after the last 2 games, he has given up. He has given up on the group of players that he's got. So where are we turning this around? Unless the players go rogue and just say, I don't care what he says, I'm doing what I want on the pitch.
I'm doing great. Whispering Bob Harris.
Whispering Bob Harris.
Bob Harris. Ian,
Speak
just
up, man.
Let us know who Bob Harris is, if you don't mind.
He's a Radio 2 DJ.
Is he?
Whispering Bob.
Oh, I don't listen to
Grey Russell
radio.
Test.
Welcome to the Tilton Talk Show.
No, it's welcome to the Tilton Talk Show on a Monday evening
That's
with
it.
me,
It's Whispering
Mr.
Bob.
Fun,
That's Whispering Bob, yeah.
Mrs. Brown, and special guest Brummie Joe.
There you go.
I've never heard my name. Not that before.
What reasonable manager would honestly want the poison chalice at our club right now? It's not a case of go get and so and so. It's a case of
disagree.
begging
I disagree.
somebody to come in.
I disagree. I said at the start of the show, you sack him tomorrow. You sack him tomorrow morning. By the end of play, you've got 50 CVs there.
You reckon 50?
Yeah.
There are a lot of managers that want a job. And what have you got to lose with Blues at the
Exactly.
minute? It's not like we've sacked Rowett and you've got,
You've got an awful lot to gain, let me tell
Oh,
you.
you have.
But Joe's
you ain't got a
right.
lot
You're
to
not
lose.
going to do any worse. You
No.
can't get any worse than what you. 99.8% of our fans absolutely detest our manager. You are not going to come in like when Rowett did. We hated Clark, and we were so glad to see the back of Clark, and we just lost 8-0 at home. It was, you weren't going to get any worse.
This is kind of how that week feels.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't, because the clown's still in charge.
Oh, yeah, but
So
you
it's
know,
Do you know
Just
what I
before
mean?
the dawn, innit,
Until he's gone, that's when you start to think we can turn it round. But honestly, as bad as it sounds, like I think we've conceded 11 goals without reply
Yeah,
in our last,
absolutely.
well, including the Sheffield
five
Wednesday
games,
game.
Yeah.
Including the Sheffield Wednesday game when they scored last. I think it's 11 without reply. I think it's only going to get worse.
Adrian Harris says Gypsy Kerr's going to have a pee in the corner. Well, you know.
I thought
About
that had been
Friday.
sorted.
Yeah. I think it needs to be renewed every
Yeah, yeah,
every
it
so
must
many
be,
years.
yeah.
It needs renewing.
Yeah.
Wonder if Steve Bruce will come back. I do not think so at the moment. I do not think so for a moment.
No.
It is clear, get Steve out. He's out of his depth. And bring in Sol Campbell from James Brown. How would you feel about that one?
Yeah, give him a chance. He's desperate for a chance. So there's a manager that would certainly bring everything to it, because he's been going on about wanting a job for ages. So if somebody gives him it, at least you know he's going to put everything into it.
Yes.
He's not just going to wander off.
And he's not going to be so arrogant. I'm sick
Yeah.
of these interviews, mate.
I know.
I don't even have to click on the
100%.
videos.
100%.
Adam Bailey's feeling confident. We're going to stay at one spot left. Sunderland and Burton are done. Don't
I wouldn't write
anybody
Sunderland
off.
off.
Sunderland and Burton are
That
done
could be a
and dusted.
massive goal that they got
Yeah.
equaliser at the weekend.
I still, in my opinion, think we're going to pick up more points than Barnsley, Bolton and Hull. Keep the faith and keep right on. Very easy to say that, Adam, but we've just had 7 goals stuffed past
Yeah.
us since the last Tilton Talk Show, which was only last Monday, and we have scored nil.
I've noticed that we've not won since the smelly fag has been binned. I blame the Tilton Talk Show, says Robert Doyle.
Really?
Knew it'd be our fault somehow.
Oh, golly heck. Young manager Marco Silva. I think he'd probably be off to Everton. Only unfairly sacked by Watford. Decent manager, has more motivation than Cottrell, but I can't see a manager
not
of this
dropping
calibre.
down.
He'll wait for a Prem job. I think.
Yeah, whoever gets the sack next will be after Marco
Everyone was
Silva,
after
won't
him,
they? So,
weren't they?
Yeah.
yeah.
And Malkit Singh, 46 points. Where do we get 16 points from? With a very sad face after it.
Those 4 games.
Would you say
that
it's
I mentioned.
46? Would you say it's 46
I
points?
think I think it's more around 50, maybe a bit more. Especially this year.
The
like, there's no
benchmark
problems.
is normally 50, but like Joe's right, nobody's cut adrift.
No.
There's 6 or 7 teams there that every week will be saying, win this one, and we'll pull away. And you won't pull away because everybody else will be winning.
James Milton has asked, do you all think we will sack him? Your answer?
When?
At any point?
I think they have to, yeah.
I think they will, but I don't think it'll be till for another few weeks. I think it'll be too late.
Oh, I don't think they will. There you go.
At all this season.
I don't think they will.
Lose the next 5 games on the bounce and they won't sack him.
Yeah. We've just lost the last 5 on the bounce. I rest my case.
If they don't, is it because of cost?
It could be a big
That
factor.
has to be.
Do you know what?
The
Here we
only
go.
reason.
Is a great call. Mandy Irvin, any ex-Blues player would love to be manager of Blues. I tell you what, How much motivation do you think Granger and Devs would put into that dressing room? You know, people like that. We've had them sit here.
There's
We've had them
motivation,
sit
but
here.
you want a plan.
Yes, of course.
You know,
yes.
and listen. You've mentioned two there. I don't know what Granger's coaching levels are. I think Devlin does a little bit of coaching, doesn't he? But whether they've got their badges or not I'm not 100% sure. But certainly, you bring a connection back straight away, don't you?
Yeah.
You know, and there's something for the fans to cling on to. There's nothing for the fans to cling on to, and you know, like I said,
here's another name for you, Darren Carter.
Well, he's still
And
playing at the moment.
Yeah, I know he is, but like, how brilliant was he when he talked the talk? Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong, he talked the talk, and he talked it well.
I think you don't need anyone with any, masterful tactics. We've got good players, but all you need is someone who can motivate them, and that is it. That is it. You've got good players there.
Yeah.
Get them working as a team, motivated. You don't just play it simple, and you'll do enough to stay up.
Football can be a very simple game
Very
sometimes,
simple.
and when you're in this position, it could well just be a case of everybody get together, sort yourself out, and go out and do it. You know, no funny
Bodies on the line.
no stupid. Oh, I'll bring Che Adams in, but I won't stick him behind Gallagher because that'll be too clever. That will. That's too easy. So I need to do something clever. So I'll bring Magoma into the middle.
Yeah, historically, Kev Kelly says to stay up minimum has been 46, but it could be a maximum of 53 this season, which is almost ahead of reach.
Was it Bick who put? I can't remember who put 46 points. So we need another 16. 16 points. You need 5 wins.
Mike Egan says my dad wants Keegan. Not too bad a shout.
He's been out of the game so long,
Too
though,
long.
hasn't he? That's
Yeah,
the
I think
thing.
too
Like,
long.
there are better options than him. There are better options than Keegan, I think.
Matt Goff, ex-players don't always keep you up. That's fantasy talk. Shearer at Newcastle is a prime example
Yeah,
of this.
that is something I always look back on.
I'm more on
Yeah.
about motivation rather than motivational speech and like blah blah blah. Because I mean, it's quite clear that Steve Cottrell can't do that.
Well, yeah.
It's quite clear.
I don't know what he can do, but yeah.
Oh, dear
Apart from
me.
blame everybody else.
Stephen Carr and Paul Robinson. There's a good show.
Stephen Carr.
Passion.
He's enjoying his pub in Spain too much.
Yeah.
Living the life.
Yeah.
Nigel Pearson's been bandied about a couple of times.
Loads of times
But
I've seen the Nigel Pearson word.
Is he still in Belgium?
Yes, he is. Yeah.
So,
Would he? No.
I don't know. Yeah, but there's someone that will come in and make a change. Certainly.
Damien Hindley says Granger's tweeted that he'd love the job and he has his badges. Liam Daish would be another. There's a name from the past. Yeah, Daishy, blimey.
Who was the guy who did the England youth? Who used to play for the Blues?
Ex-Blues player?
Yeah.
Noel Blake.
Noel Blake.
Blake,
Yeah.
Another one.
Yeah.
Someone who's managed young players.
Yeah.
Cottrell's obsessed about this. We've got so many young players thing.
Lisa Bunn says, what about Trevor Francis until the end of the season? I don't think Trevor will walk anywhere near it again.
No.
Not
He doesn't
again.
need it.
Football again.
Doesn't need it.
Hates football. He couldn't wait to retire, said Chris Horton. Can we bring in Alex Ferguson? I don't think he could even do a job, to be honest with you. It just seems that we're flat. We've got nothing left. There's just nothing.
As it currently stands, that is 100% right.
Yeah.
You look at the players.
That's the
and
first time you've said I'm 100% right.
I think yeah. How
That's
many years has it been? Yeah.
That's a Tilton Talk Show special for you.
Yeah. But yeah.
Basically, it's a case of who would want to come.
Saturday I got in the ground and I thought, just all I want to see for the first 5 minutes is full out at them. They have won. However low in confidence, like I said earlier, however low in confidence you thought our players were, they would have been even worse. Apart from the fact that, guess what? They've just got a new manager in.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what we need sometimes. And I think we've really done everything with Cottrell in terms of being patient with him, which we haven't been with other managers.
Yeah.
I
think we've been more patient with Cottrell than we were with Zola.
Good call here from David Powers. If the players are frightened now, imagine how they'd be if the likes of Pearson comes in. They'd be terrified.
They're not frightened.
They're not.
They are not
Not
frightened.
frightened.
It is horse rubbish. They are not frightened. They are just lacking in inspiration.
What if you're one of them players, right? I mean, maybe they are, right? But if they're not, and your manager goes out there and says, they're scared to play at home, they're frightened to death. what does that say to you?
Exactly.
It just makes you lose even more faith in him, and makes you look a bit silly as well.
And he keeps going on about the Villa game
Oh.
as where it's gone wrong.
And the young
Now, what did he
players-
say after the Villa game? He said
Young
this
players,
game's passed a few of our players by. How is it any wonder some of those players have gone have hidden their shell a little bit since that game?
This is
After
the
he comes out
motivator.
after a derby and goes. So you're one of those players in the dressing room after the Villa game. You've been on a good run and you've just got beat by a side who are going for automatic promotion, and you're sitting there going, "Okay, we go again." And then you hear your manager say that this game's passed you by, and it's too much for you. Talk about inspirational.
Going on to another topic completely, Kev Kelly just reminded me, TTA BSH results are out on the 28th. Big losses, full of debt. We can't be relegated. It will be disastrous. Now,
Yeah.
I've heard the figure branded around today of around £46 million.
What, the loss?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a figure that
That's
I've
not
heard.
great.
If anybody can correct me on that, or get any better updates than what I had earlier in the limited time that I had to do some routing, please let me know. But I've heard £46 million. Now, if we're going to declare a loss like that and then get relegated, you might as well kiss that division goodbye.
It's not good, is it? It's obvious, and like you say, it's all well and good spending this money. Joe said it at the start. They with somewhere in the board and their advisors had convinced them that we were good enough to go up this season, which is why we spent the money.
Yeah.
And it's come back to haunt them big time.
Yeah, Dean Lemon says I've lost 46 million because they're not businessmen, clearly.
Well, they are.
Just not in
They
football.
are businessmen.
But not
They're
very
very
good
good
ones.
businessmen. Their reputation. They've saved a lot of companies that were about to go under, and they've made them profitable and sorted them out. Unfortunately, they've turned their interest to football, which they don't know anything about.
Yeah.
And they've been advised awfully.
Robert Chapman says 49.5 million required, and Steve Chaos says about 7 million over what we're permitted to lose under financial fair play.
Yeah.
So there could be a 10-point automatic deduction starting next season.
Players being sold, maybe.
Yeah, well, it's a fire sale, isn't it?
Yeah,
Certainly.
yeah.
You've got a couple
Adams
of key
goes.
players. Adams.
Which
I'd say Cup Rice.
you're giving Shay Adams a 5-year contract. Not necessarily a terrible thing, because if we do go down, he's even a League One player. He's on a 4.5-year contract. He's probably 8 million. So
I just want, if we go down, I want us to hold on to Isaac Vassell, because I'd love to see what he'd do
Yeah.
in League One.
yeah.
Back from his injury, I think if we're going to take anything from it, let's hold on to him and let's let him develop as well, because he's had obviously a horrible time since the Villa game. I'd love that to be one of the positives of it, him developing.
Going back to the
Coming back
accounts,
up
Robert
us.
Chapman says accounts warnings are on the account, so there is something obviously there to look out for.
Well, that'd just be a natural
yeah,
thing.
You're in
for
your
the
overdraft.
Yeah.
And then Paul Sides
Losses
says we need to win at
to-
least half the remaining games to stand a chance of staying up. With Cottrell in charge, it's not going to happen.
That's exactly how I see it.
It's not going to happen. But can they get rid? Will they get rid? Can they afford to get rid? Is it just another loss?
Can they afford not to?
This is a
Can they
decision
afford
that somebody
not to?
round the
Is
table.
it 2 million now, or is it 6 million to 10 million over the next 3 years if we go down?
Guys, I've got to shoot off.
Yeah.
I apologise.
Brummie Joe, very nice of you coming to the Tilton Talk Show. Thanks ever so much for spending the first hour with us. Sorry it's under such circumstances. But
No.
we will do it again.
Yeah.
And just give everybody another plug for your blog.
Blog away.
Yeah, if you like to watch blues videos, I mean you might not at the minute, but my Twitter is Brummie Joe HD. YouTube is youtube.com/Brummie Joe.
Somebody's
check it out.
suggested a little earlier in the show just setting a boxing match up between you and Davo.
He would smash my face in, mate. Nah, in all fairness to Davo, he's been massively supportive
He's
as
a
well.
lovely chap. He's
Yeah.
Brilliant
Davo-
bloke,
We've,
brilliant
we've,
bloke.
We've had Davo in the chair. We've
Yeah.
had Davo in the chair. Nice guy.
He sat right there.
But good luck with it anyway, kid. And thanks for coming in and thanks for contributing to the show tonight. Say like not the best of circumstances.
Yeah, it's been good to discuss it.
The
Anyway,
last 30 minutes we will carry on gallantly without you.
We will.
I'm here in spirit.
Mate.
Cheers,
Well,
buddy.
What? Appreciate it.
I'm going to carry on. I've this nagging feeling that TTA is being controlled behind the scenes by Carson Young and his Chinese mafia, and has ordered the total destruction of Birmingham City Football Club. Be very, very, very careful what you say, Wayne. Be very careful what you say. Brummie Joe, ladies and gentlemen. Brummie Joe. Thanks, buddy. Take care, my friend. Have a safe journey home. See you later, bud.
Cheers, Joe.
Dave-O is coming for you, Robert Doyle. Past your bedtime, Joe. Somebody said you got to go. Brilliant. Well, nice lad. Nice lad. Yeah, good luck to him too. Simple, honest answer, lads. Do you think we will go down this season? Yes or no, James Brown?
It's a simple, honest answer, but there's permutations to the question. Oh, no. No, I don't think we will, because I think we'll sack him and we'll survive somehow.
Okay. I'm going to say yes. When it's ripping the very Radio 2 soul out of me. Some more comments here about Brummie Joe. You can read these later. He's got to go because he needs a wee. His mum's calling him back home, blah, blah, blah. Leave him alone. He's all right. He's a nice lad. What's more, he's a blue nose, and he's passionate, and he does what he does because he loves doing it. Exactly. So there you go. Slaven Bilic, Mark Brooks.
Yeah, out of work. Someone who'll bring something different to the squad. Someone who can bring a sense of, there's an aura about him. The players can look up to him, and there's a sense of inspiration there from him. He's a former centre half, so he'll hopefully know how to sort our defence out. Yeah. Definitely.
And Matthew Goff wants to know, what players do you think do you keep and sell for next season, regardless of what division we're in? I think it all depends strictly what division
Unfortunately,
we're in.
that's the only way I can answer that question.
Yeah.
If we go down, you sell whoever you can get money for. Simple as that.
Right, okay. Kev Kelly says beg your pardon. Kev Kelly says stick with Cottrell, we go down, sack him, put anyone in, and we have a chance.
Yeah, that's the thing.
What you said all evening.
I'm not saying if we sack him, we guarantee our safety.
No.
I'm saying if we sack him, we give ourselves a chance.
Right.
If we don't, we sleepwalk into League One.
Can I quickly play Ian's rant?
Yeah.
The rant of
My
the
golly,
week.
I forgot all about that.
I know you had.
But you didn't remind me.
I
did
like
you?
a rant.
As studio manager over there, you should have been clicking your fingers and all sorts, mate.
Sorry.
Okay, well, it's a new feature on the show. It's going to be Rant of the Week. You're very welcome to send in a rant to Chris Brown. Probably best done on Facebook Messenger, where you can record your voice, or an MP3 file.
Tilton Talk.
And then the best one that he comes out with, obviously without any foul language or anything disparaging in it. Not disparaging, but anything that we would deem unbroadcastable.
Anything that somebody could sue us for.
Yeah.
That's right,
Nothing like that. Nothing liable, please.
So who's this week's rant
This is Ian
from?
Lomas.
Ian Lomas.
And this was recorded just before the Barnsley game.
Go on,
so,
before the Barnsley game.
Before.
Okay,
So bear this in mind.
I'd like to have heard his one afterwards.
Steve Cottrell. Bloke has no idea how to change a game. No idea on when to make a substitution. No idea what to do with Hotter. My idea is to play him as a number 10 and not a winger. Why is he keeping Shay Adams on the bench? Why is he persisting with Undoy? Why does he have no faith in youth? The under-23 seems to be doing okay. Seems to be too busy as well arguing with the fans. The guy's arrogance is just showing basically what an idiot he is. This Saturday against Barnsley, Stans is going to be one toxic place. Keep right on, guys.
And one toxic place it did turn out to be, didn't it?
Yeah, he was right.
Kevin Damon says, why is he deep breathing? If you could only better, mate, calling yourself next week. It's good to deep breathe.
What do we think on Ian's comments?
Right, okay.
I can't disagree. Can't disagree with everything he said. You like I said earlier, you're questioning most things that Cottrell does. He says he's got no, what is it? What is his way of trying to play? What is our not our DNA as such? Because it takes years to sort that out. But what is it? What is our method of trying to win games? What is he's right. The players he's got at his disposal, he's getting nothing out of them, and So I can't disagree with much about what he said.
Now, I don't know how true this is, but Jimmy Morgan's just written in and just said, just seen on the Birmingham Mail page, Birmingham City captain Harley Dean has delivered an impassioned plea to supporters for unity and says Steve Cottrell and his coaching staff have been subjected to unfair stick. We don't know what else beyond the scenes.
I saw just before I came in that the Twitter account had put out that Harley Dean had made a statement and an impassioned plea or whatever it was. But if he said that the manager and his coaching staff have been subjected to unfair stick, then he's wrong. They have been subjected to the stick that they have deserved.
Can I say good evening, Andy Walker?
What, sorry?
Good evening, Andy Walker.
Top man and friend of the show, Andy Walker.
How's Russia? Is he still in Russia?
Oh, I don't know. Probably is, yeah.
I saw on his Instagram he was over in Sochi recently.
Robert Dawes says Harley Dean, if he has said that, he needs to take a reality check.
And this again, this is where we got difficulty because it was Stockdale coming out apologising after the Brentford game. We've got Harley Dean now coming out and making this impassioned plea. Now, is this from the club? Have the club said, Harley, can you come out and
I don't know. I think
say something because we're in trouble here?
I think he perhaps thought the Tilton Talk Show might be on tonight.
Well, yeah,
and at least
possibly.
At least what we have is a voice of the fans that isn't afraid to say it as it is. Don't get told what to say, right? We don't get told by any football club or anybody what to say. This is all ad lib. It all comes straight. It's fresh. There's no recording apart from the rant of the week, and we say it as we see it. And it's wonderful, wonderful. Andy Walker says, I am indeed still in Russia. Well, all the very best to you over there. That's thanks for sending us all that lovely weather. Oh dear, did I tell you I wound my window down, electric window earlier on the way here?
Yep.
And it's stuck. So I've caught it in the absolute.
You're going to have fun going home.
Freezing car. No, it's
a
going
good
to be
time.
terrible. The wind's in the opposite direction on the way back as well. It's going to be coming straight through. Andy Walker, good to log on and see you guys still going strong. Keep right on. We're going strong, Andy, but we're not strong. We're losing.
We're struggling, Andy.
Every single ounce of passion and love and everything that we have for this wonderful game. And I tell you what, when
you come in, Andy, when you're back, when there's not an international break,
when the World Cup's over, perhaps.
Oh, before the World Cup.
If he's available.
Yeah.
But if not, certainly when
depending
the World Cup's
on his
over,
schedule,
the first week.
Did you see the Russian fans acting up the other day against, was it Atletico Bilbao?
In Bilbao, yeah.
What ridiculous. What a bunch of idiots. Goodness gracious me. I do hope everything goes smoothly over there.
I think it will. I think I was listening to a piece with someone in the Russian football press, and they were saying that basically the government have had a chat with the Russian hooligans and said, you could do whatever you want, but all around the world, if you want to be a hooligan, but don't do it in our own World Cup because it looks bad on us then. So I think you won't see much going on.
Aaron Geller says there's a bunch of other fans hanging around my car, and well, there's nothing left in there to steal, mate, to be perfect.
Yeah, I've seen it.
And Andy Monterio says, wants Andy Walker as manager, please. That would be a good call, wouldn't it? Andy Walker as manager. Harley Dean looks like he's been frog marching in front of a firing squad to defend Cottrell. This is desperation on behalf of Brent.
That's what it feels like a little bit to me as well. Yeah, I think... listen, Harley Dean's the new club captain, and whether the club have just said to him, "Can you please come out and say something?" Because we are struggling big time.
James Fuller says, why don't we tell the Blues board to get rid of the clown, or us, the fans, will stay away from all home games till he's gone?
I don't want to stay away from home games.
That won't happen because football supporters are legendary football supporters anyway. And B, who are the owners? Who do we shout out? Who do we talk to?
Yeah.
You can chant Cottrell out as much as you want at the game, but asking nobody to turn up, he's unrealistic. Yeah, that's the reality of football fans.
Going back to the World Cup, if Kev Kelly says if Vladimir Putin has told the mob to behave, then they will behave.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
That's.
So are we now saying that the mob is government controlled?
Well, yeah, 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 absolutely, yeah.
Well,
They're all connected.
Listen
with
to
the
the
clubs.
sirens go off in about 2 minutes. Andy Walker's publishing this out in Russia as we speak.
They're
mate.
all connected with the clubs. But yeah, that's what I was reading. Well, I heard the Russian guy from the football press over there, and that's what he was saying. Yeah.
It's going to be interesting. Because that was a mess in Bilbao last night. I mean,
Yeah, it was,
We're talking fireworks, into human beings. It could be children, anybody there. That's crazy situation.
Yeah.
I don't know which side was causing it, doing it, or what have you. But whoever wants to do stuff like that, well, keep away from St Andrews. We're Birmingham City. We've been in worse positions. Come on, boys. Our anthem is suited. Keep right on you.
But
Maybe
we
right,
will,
Kevin
and we
Smith.
will. Nottingham Forest is sold out. Unbelievable support again. To sell Nottingham Forest out, and then we'll have Middlesbrough at home and Cardiff away, and no doubt we'll sell a fair amount for Cardiff away as well. And we will keep right, and we'll keep going to games, and that's the thing. We will keep getting behind the team. When the team needs getting behind, we will. However, you can get behind the team and still have your feelings about the manager.
I was going to do this a little bit earlier, but Benji Smith, thanks ever so much for reminding me about it. What an amazing win for our ladies.
My God, was that this week?
Yes.
Whoa, feels like ages ago. Yeah. Yeah, that was Wednesday night, wasn't it? Yeah. So the Sunday before, we took Man City to extra time in the FA Cup. Unfortunately, lost 3-1 in extra time. But after 120 minutes against one of the best teams, one of the best women's teams in Europe, we had to play them 72 hours later in the league game, and we beat them 2-0. And honestly, it felt like a sea change for Blues ladies. We weren't backs to the wall. We weren't defending for 90 minutes and got 2 lucky goals. We took the game to Man City. We were better than Man City, and we were fitter than Man City.
I wonder how many people took a double take when they saw that?
Yeah, a lot. I think.
Did.
I think in the women's game as well. I think it was what's happened here?
Yeah.
Because and like I said, sometimes you get these funny results. Not very often with Chelsea and Man City when they're concerned. Sometimes you do get the odd result here and there, but it's the way we played, that was so impressive. We took it to them, and like I said, the last 15 minutes, Man City players were the ones walking around, not ours. We were the one. We were still going full at it all the way through, and so to beat them 2-0, I think it was the first time they'd lost a domestic league game in just over 2 years. I think.
Yep.
So an unbelievable result. The day after, the England squad was announced, and Jess Carter and Aoife Mannion weren't included, and they were unbelievable again. The effort and the quality that both of them showed against experienced international players in the City side. Their England futures can't be too far away. Phil Neville was there watching it, so he must have gone away with that. Very impressed with them.
Good stuff.
Marvellous stuff, and well done to Birmingham City ladies beating Manchester City 2-0, especially after the cup defeat.
Yeah, exactly.
Which must have hung the Reds down a little bit.
Yeah, it was. I spoke to Ellen White after the
up.
game. The girl who scored both goals, and she said, in hindsight, it would have been nice to have it the other way round. But to, like you say, to come from the disappointment of being so close to beating them in the cup, 72 hours later having to go again, and the way we played was fantastic.
Marvellous. We've had a message coming for a gentleman called James, and it says, "Hi Chris." This message was to Mrs. Brown. Hi
James.
Chris, just wondering if you could do a shout out at some point in the show or another show. My niece has just been diagnosed with a missing chromosome. She is the only one known in the world to have this missing gene. My brother-in-law is doing a charity bike ride to raise money for Birmingham Children's Hospital, as they have been amazing with her. Below is the page of her story and where they can all donate. Her daddy is a Villa fan. Bless him, but we won't judge. If you can do this, I'd be massively grateful. Thanks, pal. Keep right on. And instead of me reading that out, Chris, if you could copy and paste that up and put it on the board. So, putting football passions aside, if there's anybody that could do anything to help, obviously it's our chosen charity, the Birmingham Children's Hospital. So we do as much as we possibly can, and that will be up on the shout board any second now. A couple of messages in from the previous subject that we were talking about. Kevin Damon says, stop Putin the bootin' to our Russian alloys. Lovely people, pot it in. And Robert Chapman, Putin's tutor was Roger Hine. God knows what I'd give for a player like that now. Yes. Oh, blimey. Richard Williams wish we had Ian Holloway. Do you think he would bring that kind of passion into what we do, or what we're trying to do?
Yeah, I think I think there's someone there that the players would relate to more than they are Cottrell. Obviously, he's not exactly lighting up anything brilliant at QPR at the moment, but they're not going to go down. So he went down with Blackpool, from the Premier League, but he's keeping QPR up. I don't think I would arguably say that we're in a better position squad-wise than QPR. So, yeah, the thing is, again, anyone would be better than Cottrell in this situation.
Hey, Kevin Smith says our road is like the M5, driving nicely, and then all of a sudden you hit the roadworks in the 30-mile-an-hour zone with an accident on the hard shoulder. Back up to speed, and before the roadworks will go down to 30 mile an hour. We will be there at the end of the road.
At the moment, it feels like we were the one who had the accident on the hard shoulder.
It feels like we're actually on the M25, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Going round and round and round and round and round.
I quite fancy the idea of a Holloway.
I would like that.
term.
Thanks. I would like that. Yeah. Very much so.
As a short-term fix.
Yeah.
Kevin Damon, no way Holloway. There we go. Can't believe we played one up at home clueless from Wayne Merricks. It is a bit strange, isn't it? Did you know?
But it's not the one up front that's my issue. It's getting players to support that one.
Yeah.
He even when he makes the correct decision, like he started with Adams, and you think, okay, yeah, fair, well done. Finally, you've got somebody who can support Gallagher up front, and he puts him out wide and puts Magoma in the middle. Yeah, everything he's doing, even when he makes the correct decision, he somehow manages to turn it round and to make it ineffective.
Do you know what? If we were at the top of the league right now, right, no,
what are we doing up there?
Hang on, just if we were at the top of the league, right, our audience would probably grow considerably.
Yeah.
Right? This has been a record-breaking comments audience tonight, with over 1,000.
Doesn't surprise me.
1,400 already.
It's
There's still 10 or so minutes to go, but well over 1,400 comments already. That is a record for the Tilton Talk Show. So thank you very much indeed. David Powers, Birmingham City Ladies are showing the men up. They play for the shirt and the club with pride and passion. Keep right on, girls. Keep doing your city proud. Check and Doy going to the World Cup. I'm just going to throw it in. There has been so many people.
I don't think anything has ever been
that tonight.
I don't think anything has ever been uttered than checking Doy's going to the World Cup that sounds so unjustifiable.
Isn't it not the Subbuteo?
It's just sometimes life is just so unfair.
Cottrell deserves
Gareth Bale will be sitting at home during the World Cup, and that clueless lump will be playing. It's just so unfair, the world, isn't it? Oh, dear man.
Who will he be playing for?
Senegal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we look out for that. Well, look, you can't. What can you say? Check and go.
I have no idea what you can say.
He's going to the World Cup.
It's statistically very possible.
Martin Swisco, 1,400 comments. Has anybody said anything positive about Cots? The answer to that, Martin, is
no. I haven't seen one.
Not one. No.
Although here's a good one from Lisa Bunn. She's thought about this.
Oh,
Cottrell deserves a stretch in Holloway.
I
See
like
what
that.
I can see what she's done there.
Oh.
Very good.
Yeah, very good. Well,
Very good.
Could that be the comedy comment of the night? Perhaps,
could
so
be.
far. So far, if anybody can beat that one about Cots, then you've got 6 or 7 minutes now to do it.
I
So,
need
yeah.
a trailer, don't I? Yeah.
Dean Smith, that clueless lump, cares more than some of the other players' mind.
But then, so play you in the midfield. Do you know what I mean? You'll care as much as anybody, but you'll be as effective as Ndoye is. I don't want central midfielders
I'm sorry.
who care. I want central midfielders who can play football.
I'm sorry, Chris. I would not.
You
I
would?
wouldn't.
Honestly, you would.
I have a double
You
hernia,
would.
a knackered leg.
You would.
My spine's done for.
So is he.
Oh, he's Ndoye going as a bouncer.
Craig Coates, great show, guys. Much better than those London, Manchester bias stations. Absolutely true. We say
Cheers,
it as we see
mate.
it here in. Nice one, Craig. Nice comment. Can you do an Ndoye watch during the World Cup? Yes, we can.
Yeah,
yes,
that'd
we
be great.
can. We can.
So we should do what we should do. We should do a live broadcast of one of Senegal's games, and I'll be the co-commentator.
There you go.
And whenever he gets the ball, I'll just boo. I'll go.
No, can we just do that as an objective? Like both of us will be watching the game.
Yeah.
Right.
Does it have to be Senegal?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
No, well, you've thrown the gauntlet down.
Okay.
You've thrown the gauntlet down, right?
Yeah.
One day in the summer, we'll find out when the fixtures are, when Senegal are playing,
Yeah.
right? And at least check is in the team.
Yeah, well, we'll have to make sure, yeah. Like he wouldn't be.
And we'll come sit here with a TV screen up there, watch the game, and give a complete analysis,
Unbiased.
unbiased
Unbiased view,
analysis on
yeah.
Jack and Doy's performance throughout the 90 minutes.
Yeah.
There's some great comments. Is that a joke?
dear.
How is that even mathematically possible?
Which
referring to Jack and Ndoye.
Ah.
If they have Ndoye is playing, what's the rest of the team
Yeah,
like?
good. How the hell did they get to the World Cup?
Ray
And
Nash-
apparently he's been saving himself for the World Cup. That's
oh,
why,
okay. Yeah. Do you know what? Wouldn't it just be so blues if he gets to the World Cup and he's like bossing the
Yeah, that's
midfield,
right, yeah.
spraying passes left, right,
Man
and
of the
centre?
tournament.
Yeah.
Ray Nash coming up with a great idea, and Doy watch.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll do that. Ravel Morrison, what I missed, couldn't agree more. Billy Wall, couldn't
Yeah.
agree more.
Christ, yeah.
But then he was always often destined for better things than St Andrews, wasn't he? Really, so. And Doy will be captain Senegal with Mr. Fun, with a Mr. Fun mask on. Dennis, brilliant. He's brilliant.
Thanking me for all my support.
How is it we're still laughing? How is it seriously though? How is it we've even got a smile on our
You've
fair
got to,
faces?
haven't you? You've
Yeah.
got to.
I think it's part and parcel of the club,
Yeah.
the badge.
We're used to it
Oh
now.
dear.
Well,
And Doy for top scorer. And Doy will win the Golden Boot. I was just going to come up with that one.
yeah.
Maybe you could do commentary with Steve Cottrell.
I could do, couldn't I? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just glaring at him all the way through.
He's actually got 65 career goals. None at Blues, has he?
Bloody hell.
What? Can we bleep that one out? We wasn't going to do an Ndoye special tonight either. We wasn't going to do that. But anyway, Aaron Gellers, because that's the Blues way, lads. It is the Blues way. It's what we
Yeah.
do. It's how we do it. It's why we do it. It's why I said in my opening notes, we are one big Blues family. And we're in...
Not a single red card.
No, I know.
No, that's good.
We're in...
Hold on, 5 minutes left. Jimmy.
Yeah, too right.
Okay.
We are in, and take no doubt about this, we are in a crisis situation at the moment, without a doubt.
Certainly.
And if something doesn't happen, and something doesn't happen good, and something doesn't happen quick, then the consequences of that are going to be absolutely dire and enormous. Yeah.
But we'll still sell out
away
Walsall
games.
away,
Walsall
and
away.
and
Blackpool.
and Portsmouth away, and all those.
Oh no, we shouldn't be talking like this though.
no,
Come on,
no,
please.
but obviously you don't want to. But that's the whole point about Blues fans. That he, financially we'll be in ruin, and we'll have to sell everybody, and it'll probably be us three as the midfield three next season.
Check and Doyle still be
But
there.
yeah, and Doyle will be centre forward, but we'll still be selling places out.
Coming into the last 5 minutes of the show, thanks Kev Kelly. I have got me running order here, but it always goes to pot
I
every
know,
week.
yeah.
Predictions for Nottingham Forest away, Mr. Fun.
I tell you what, the last thing we needed was them to pick up the result they
Yeah,
did at the
yeah.
weekend, banging 5 in. They've got they've got Karanka. I think they bought quite a few players in January, and it might unbeaten in 3. I think they are, so they might just be starting to gel and to blend together and be understanding each other. Then the one team you want to play at the moment in this division is us. I can't see anything. 2-0 Forest.
Okay, my computer screen's just crashed.
And
so
right at the end, somebody's gone and said, Troy D. Well, that's definitely a red card.
red card.
Oh dear. Who was it? Name and shame.
Adam Wilkes.
Adam. Dave Moore, Forest 0, Blues 4. Now past the sherry. Yeah.
Carry on, because I'm just getting my computer back.
Okay.
I'm
It's
going
gone
for
down,
a
Ray Hobros.
2-0 win, by the way.
You're going 2-0?
2-0 Forest.
Forest. Right.
yeah, I'm going 2-1 Forest.
Ray Hobro 2-0 Forest. Anthony Lloyd 5-0 Forest, then 4-0 Borough. Cottrell goes next Wednesday.
Here's a good one. Kevin Damon's gone for 1-0 to Blues with Magoma to score.
Oh, I'll take that. Lisa Bunn 3-1. John Bullingham 4-0. Stephen Gill 2-0 Forest. Who was that? Kevin Damon, is that the one you asked?
That was Kevin Damon, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
3-0 Forest, Brett Stanley.
And James Brown said, Ndoy spotted in Wednesbury, IKEA, buying a futon.
Why would he buy the futon? Where do you get all this from?
Tripping over that left, right and centre in his house, the clumsy
I
idiot.
think everybody's on drugs.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
All right,
There's
I've
not
lost,
much,
I've lost the comment, but can I just go back to it dead quick?
not much optimism on the show.
I've lost the comment, but if I go back to it dead quick, and I'll try and remember exactly what it says. I can't remember who it was from, but somebody's saying this is the way the Blues do it. We're already partying for next year.
Yeah,
planning.
well, yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So even though it's all doom
hotels,
and gloom
yeah.
around us, next season's already on the cards, and
Yeah.
we're already planning our away days.
Yeah,
It's all part of the great big master plan, isn't it?
it is, yeah.
Well, what can I say? Where's time gone again? Where has time gone again?
Always happens.
This time last week, we were looking for and thought we'd possibly get those 4 points. 4 points out of 6. We came away with our tails between our legs. 7 goals the worst off. In the bottom 3, Hull and whoever else is Barnsley above us, both with the game in hand. Couldn't write it, could you? That we'll get out of it.
No,
On the last day of the season.
same
To
story
Fulham.
again. Yeah.
In front of a full house at St Andrews with the top upper Gilmerick open, with a free Balti pie to everybody who turns up. Can we do a sweepstake for how many players play out of position this week? Brilliant stuff, brilliant. There you go. It's how we do things. We aren't down yet. But look at the positive. Next season, and we get through it. It's how we journey on. Brilliant stuff, beautiful stuff. Well, there's got to be in excess of 1,500 comments now, at least.
It's 1,600.
1,600.
And rising.
Thank
Amazing.
you, each and every single one of you, for contribution tonight. I know it's not been an easy night, and it's been a passionate one and an empowering
Sorry
one.
for the ranting.
Yeah.
And
Thanks to Brummie Joe.
yeah,
Yes.
thanks to Brummie Joe for coming in. We'll get him on a show which is a little less highly
Manic,
spirited as this
yeah.
one has been, and so we
that
can
ever
get him,
happen?
to talk out what he does a little bit more. What a show. There you go, James Brown. Thank you. It's all about you people. It's all for you people. And don't forget, you are the people that make it. And what we are is one big Blues family. And we keep right on to the end of the road. Mr. Fun, thank you very much
Thank
indeed.
you very much.
Mrs. Brown, thank you for your incredible technical knowledge on those buttons. How much you've improved, we can't possibly begin to tell you. And let's do all this again next week. I don't know what position we're going to be in. We're not even going to go there. Not even going to go there.
No.
But hey ho, keep right on to the end of the road, guys. Take care, and I'm going to go for my freezing cold journey home now. Bye.
Good luck.
Cheers.
Good night.